Bitcoin sell-off explained. I'm going to give you the highest value content in crypto. We're going to be speaking about the MSCI FUD that is now starting to emerge out here. Are we going to crypto bear market winter? That's what everybody is calling for. So friends, I want to go through, I've made this posty for you. So everyone wants to know, right? So I could see, I'm watching the order books every day, just because I used to be trading full time and stuff. Okay. So just watch it by habit. I noticed, we all noticed, as soon as the US session would start, you could just see it on the charts. Bitcoin went down like 9 days in a row. Bang, 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 bang. It just kept getting down and down and down and down and down. We all knew something was fishy. Every day, friends, I'm watching the price action, and there seems to be just this giant TWAP order. TWAP is time weighted average price. We call it TWAP. Sounds like twat, okay? But you could just see it going heaps, okay? So you could sell someone's getting rid of something big. Now, we do have a yearly red yearly candle for BTC, but we all want to know, right, what was actually happening during this period of time. So I can put it on a 1 hour chart so you can have a look. And we could just see, right, ever since, see if your friends go down here, we could see every time there was a US session, okay, there's always a down, like this. Every time the US session came, down, right? So we knew, like, it's standard selling, etc., which is, it's always someone selling, but it was mechanically strange. It wasn't like a bunch of retailers got to get out news. It was just someone going, just quietly exiting, right? And it was a lot. Now we seem to have found out what the actual culprit is, which is, remember, friends, price moves first, narrative follows after. No one's going to come and tell you the news. They act first, all right? So right here, we saw October 10, it's called 10/10. October 10, the Black Swan Chinese Exchange Cabal Day. They sent altcoins down 75% in 5 minutes, right? We wanted to know, right, what the hell was this? What happened here? Was it manipulation, Chinese exchange cabal stuff? Well, yes. Now we have more answers here, all right? So there's MSCI FUD. Now, most people don't even know. You don't know who the MSCI is. I don't know if anybody calls them the MSCI but me. MSCI. So the MSCI, friends, they make indices. They make like different ETFs or different indexes, right? They're like, oh, you want to have an oil company ETF. So they'll grab all the companies, they market weight them, and they pretty much do all the calculations and everything out here, okay? I think they are responsible for something like $18 trillion of indices. This place of Angel Music, the MSCI, the MSCI, right? They have a meeting coming up soon, which was now we get to see, right? It's funny, they announced this meeting exactly October 10th. And obviously someone in the meeting, this is obviously insider information, okay? We know this now. Someone knew that the meeting, they've already decided something bad's going to happen, okay? This is what I think. Because you can see the price action, you go, well, why would you be this aggressive? Or maybe they're trying to front run or whatever. But obviously you're this aggressive for a reason because you know something. But it's always like that, right? There's always someone like the canary in the coal mine. Someone knows something, right? With liquidity out here. So if you go back and just look at it, you're like, that's really weird for you guys to just like be turbo smacking these down, even though QT's stopping and all these other stuff, right? So like you got to think about it. You're so aggressive to get out. Whatever you think is happening is more powerful than the US Fed. Right? That's how you know they think it's more powerful. So the MSCI is going to be discussing the removal of MicroStrategy and other crypto DATs from their index calculations. Their final decision is 16th of January, which is funny enough, the last month of Year of the Snake. January. It's funny. So friends, the decision. So their meeting started October 10th when they released this. It finishes December 31st. All right. So it starts December. So December 31st. And then it says they're going to make their decision official January 16th. Which is just funny. That's literally 1 month. That's the last month of Year of the Snake. That's literally January is the last month. That's literally it's just, what a simulation, bro. What the hell? What are the freaking chances of this timing? Let me just show you the Bitcoin weekly chart. This is my channel of friendship. Also, friends, I want to tell you something, okay? I was showing you blockchain backer fractals from when he had this fractal coming up, and he said it would be all over. And in my videos, you remember in the beginning of the year, I said, look, I'm just going to go off what I said originally. Look, I don't know if it's honest. I'm guessing, man. There's no credibility. I don't know, dude. But I'm finding it strange that I even at the start, I drew this channel, and I believe the blockchain backer crash would stop like this, and everyone would think it's over. And I don't know, friends, I just so weird. I believe like, okay, there's gonna be maybe some Year of the Snake finisher. Everyone thinks it's over. Everyone thinks this is happening, but actually it's Year of the Snake. Actually enter into Year of the Horse. That'd be crazy, man. That'd be crazy if we peak out somewhere at the end of next year, because this channel, friends, takes us to like the end of next year. I think it takes us. You know what I should do? Let's just draw. That'd be really funny, man. If this channel actually we extend it out. Yeah, by the end of next year, this takes us to 150 Bitcoin, where it actually comes back up, and then that'd be funny, man. If we actually do get to that would be funny if that happens. So no one could foresee this. Like in terms of the news, you never foresee the news. Okay, it's people saw a fake out of the price action. They go, oh, look at the price reaction. We can't go up. That's why people just act. But they get so many other things wrong all the time, man. They get so many things wrong. Okay, literally so many things wrong. Let's continue, friends. So it's Year of the Snake, right? So I've shown you like maybe there's a relief December, right? And then there's January. They might just start off the year poops. You know, stock market, we'll see. I am going to take a punt that the MSCI will be removing the DAT stocks from their indices, because these treasury companies, non-believers, they just say got Bitcoin because I guess maybe their plan was that they can get added to an index, and the index will receive passive ETF flows. So like money coming in, we bids with like, it's breadcrumb money, but it's breadcrumb on like $1 trillion buying in. $1 trillion a year buying into the whole world. You're getting a bit of breadcrumbs, right? Everyone's going to expect a massive collapse from there. So just like having a peek into the future, once again, you look at this channel, that's what it might be, friends. It might be where, you know, see, everybody's convinced this is going to be a sell, that this is going to be short into the relief bounce up here. And then everyone thinks 2026, it's over. All right. Now, I'm going to tell you this, right? I don't know what happens, but let's just be honest with each other. We know, friends, if it fails and it comes here, if it does this, there'll be another piece of news. Okay. It'll just be like, we go down and the US stock market's busted and a recession. I don't know what the news is. It'll be something else if it does happen. That's actually what happens in a bear market. You have like failed rallies. That's what bear market is. Failed rallies, failed rallies, failed rallies. And the bull market is you're messing with the horns. Yeah. Bull market comes, it does a dip. You think it's all over, and then people mess with the horns, they get attacked. That's why at the tops, no one has the balls to short anymore, because they remember all the pain of they're basically being impaled by the bull's horns and the embarrassment of calling the top and being wrong and costing people all their money to sell the bottom. So that's what ends up happening, right? But you just don't know when it stops, right? You don't know when. Is this going to be another one of those situations where they mess with the horns and they have to get back in, right? Later, we'll see. But I can tell you this as well. Everybody is ready in the market. Everybody's ready for Bitcoin 75 to 55. So friends, honestly, in my mind, if Bitcoin's going to have a bear market, bro, we're going down to 39. You know, because I'm just looking, I'll be honest, I'm just telling you, if we're having a real bear market, we're going down to 39. Why stop at 75, 65, 55? The crowd is expecting that. You've got, everybody's already got bids there. 75, 65, 55. Yeah. You want to be a bear market? You want to break all the structure? I want to see a 3 in front of it. Go trade at 39. Go trade at 39. Yeah. So that would be, it's kind of funny. Even the people who are bidding at 75, 65, 55, expecting lower, they're like, no, that's stupid. That's too low. It's funny, just, you know, it's funny. See, man, when they talk about that. So yeah, why can't, of course we can go to 39. I mean, we're going for the full bear market. Send it to zero, bro. Down 70%. There you go. But look, based off my probabilities, the fact that I literally see every single person, crypto KOL, and on Twitter saying, oh, I've got bids 75 down to 55 Bitcoin. I'm going to only buy at the 50-week moving average, the 200-week moving average. The fact that I see that everywhere as their base level, that also makes me think twice if we ever get there. It reminds me of Bitcoin at 10K. So Bitcoin was down at 15 to 20K. Remember, friends? And no one wanted to buy it. They go, oh, it doesn't matter. It's going down to 10. Well, it's just like here. Do you want to buy Bitcoin at 85? 80? No. Don't worry, bro. You're going to be buying it at 55, 60. You don't need to touch it here. Another 30% lower. how markets work, right? What I've also added on my chart here so you can see, this is where the 200-week moving average is. So this is the 4-year mark. So also, we're going off past patterns, friends. The bear market gets touched. It goes down to where its average is. By the way, the average will keep going up, right? So it could be, you never know, by the end of next year, it'll be 72. The top is in when it crosses the previous cycle high. It's kind of funny. If you keep moving this out, when will it cross? Let's go sideways. When will it actually cross? Oh, wow. That's wild, friends. That's wild. Look when it would actually cross if this keeps going up. If this keeps going up, it would actually cross, oh my gosh, next year somewhere. Yes, August, anywhere from September to December next year. At the end of next year. That's wild, man. It'll cross the 69K mark. That's wild. Imagine it does that. Imagine it does that. It gets everybody out. Look, technically, friends, as well, it does have all the hallmarks here. It's standard cycle stuff where people have messed with the bull. They think, oh, it's all over. And then they end up having to rebuy higher. But it could be hope and cope with us as well, okay? So you have this MSCI FUD. So I hope you're appreciating me just sharing with you while we spin our lollipops what's actually going on here. Because we knew there's a big player. You know, as Tom Lee's saying, there's a big... See, there's also on that 1010, someone obviously sold and manipulated them off. There's been a big market player that's got destroyed and they're selling too. It's the same shit every time, bro. It's just change a name, change a guy's head, whatever. Same crap every time. Everyone expects that massive drop as I spoke about. I hope Year of the Horse is kind to us so that it's just the final scare. The MSCI Index Removal FUD has been started to get priced in October. Okay, so that's another thing we got to speak about. It's important, right? So if we do recover and then we get the poops, another poops, like Year of the Snake ends up, ends up here. If it does end up happening, the people getting out there, this will be like maybe the sentiment killer as well. And people will be like, it's totally over, go into a bear market. Maybe that's what happens, right? Okay. Maybe you never know. Maybe it even pokes under it, friends. Maybe it pokes under it just like this did, just to get him out. But you don't know. You don't know. Depends how caught everybody is. Because everyone wants to get on this relief bounce. And on this, you got to remember, new news would have to come out to scare the crap out of everyone. But it would be... Since October 10th, this would have been 3 months of already knowing the news. So it's already priced in. So if you're... And by the way, this is the funny part. Like, friends, before this video, you didn't even know who the hell MSCI was. You got no idea who the MSCI is. Right? But there are insider snakes. Okay? But you don't know who the hell are they? They didn't buy your coins. They got their own Ponzi stocks. We don't care about your shitty Ponzi stocks, bro. So deal with it. We don't care about your Ponzi stocks, dude. Digital asset treasuries. We are dealing with it. All right. Now, what does this imply? Implies this is probably going to let the Bitcoin dominance go down further because nobody bought altcoins in the hopes that MSCI indices are involved. But there are lots of Bitcoin DATs which bought expensive Bitcoin and refused to touch Ethereum who are going to be tested. So that's another thing I wanted to show you as well. If you go and look at the BTC dominance right here, friends, I'm going to show you, this is a yearly chart of the Bitcoin dominance, okay? This is a yearly chart, man. Like, man, this is so cooked, bro. Man, this is literally, you had 4 years of up only. Friends, can you imagine what would happen if we get that spinning top red candle for Bitcoin dominance? That'll be wild, man. Imagine this finishes red. If this finishes red here, and then next year is just a full-on, we end the year, maybe we even go down. We finish at, man, that'd be wild. If we can go down, we touch 39. That'd be crazy. I would love that. We'll see, though. We'll see. What's it going to take? I don't know. Where these Bitcoin asset treasuries unwinding, and it's been quite the journey just to get here, right? It's very likely insiders from the MSCI meeting got word that the committee is going to be removing them. And they're all leaning negative. Markets have front-run this insider info news, which is the capitulation we see now. So once again, the meeting stops. The public consultation stops December 31st. They probably already decided. They announce it January 16th next year. Maybe by then we'll be over it. We didn't give a shit. It's stocks. Oh, I own digital treasury. No one cares, bro. We've got strong hands in altcoins anyway. I don't give a crap about your stocks. But here's another thing as well, okay? It is possible, friends, that, I'm just talking about if we're talking about like if it's a bear market, I'll just tell you now, it is possible that they accept, this is one scenario. What if they actually accept they accept it in there? Because friends, I actually asked ChatGPT for us. I asked ChatGPT while abusing it. Do you know the digital asset treasuries are just like oil companies? Do you know oil companies that keep oil on their reserves? And their whole goal is to acquire more oil. All right. So says, I've asked what oil companies holding oil actually looks like on a balance sheet. They said most of an oil company's major assets are PP&E, oil and gas properties, which is barrels of oils. Okay, so they say it includes fields, platforms, and refineries. It's not actually their barrel of oil. The proved reserves in the ground are not booked as inventory. They are disclosed separately in reserve report. What is booked as inventory is crude oil, refined materials, and products. Okay. And then ChatGPT has said DAT companies like MicroStrategy are the opposite. The digital assets are the whole point. They dominate their balance sheet. So they said oil majors, inventory is just a working capital line, but for the digital asset treasuries, crypto is the core treasury asset. Nah, I don't believe that. You can put your Ethereum to work. You can go stake it. You can go stake it. Now it's working. It's working for you. You're validating the network. You're using there. You're validating the network and you're receiving part of the yield. That's one way to use it, right? So maybe just ChatGPT hasn't caught up with the information here. Or, maybe got it wrong. So this whole conversation obviously appeared out of nowhere. Honestly, we don't give a shit about this, whatever. But it is possible they accept it, friends. Maybe they accept it with a clause, and then we still have a failed rally, and we do go down lower. That is entirely possible. Of course it's possible. If we're dealing in the realm here. I'm just telling you, that we could be like expecting it to be bad, and then it comes out bad, and we react bad. We could be expecting it bad, but we've priced it in, expecting it good, and then people buy in, oh, MSCI, and then, that could also happen where people buy in after that, and I'm saying, hey, man, you don't know who the hell MSCI is, but dude, you didn't buy crypto for this. Like, you're following price action. So a multitude of things can happen. MSCI is the world's leading index cuckolds with 18 trillion of indexed funds out here, okay? Mr. Killer B as well, sir. He says, funny, bro, my birthday is the 1st of January. The 16th of January. Well done. Also, Mr. Skeptical Believer, if you like zodiac animals so much, Bitcoin was created in Year of the Rat. The horse is the enemy of the rat. So I've covered this a few times. Yes, Bitcoin is Year of the Rat. And next is the Year of the Horse and their enemies. And that's why, we don't know, right? Is it cope? We said, hey, it could be just everything goes down next year again. Even though we've had a red year this year, we've been down this year. Is it going to be the second red year for crypto? Could be. But it could also be that it's red Bitcoin dominance year. Yeah. Because you got to think about all the unwinding. It's Year of the Snake, bro. That's why I'm thinking Year of the Snake. We've got to unwind all those people. Maybe that MSCI thing really does play out. So there you go, friends. That is the Bitcoin treasury asset and everything explained. Because, we knew, price action moves first and everyone goes and looks back. Everybody who's short, what they're going to do, friends, is mark my words. Okay, mark my words. The crypto KOLs who are short, who have sold and telling you to sell, they're telling you, oh, sell here, sell here, sell here. Get out now. Get out now. It's a bear market. Just keep amazing. Start selling. And they're saying, and if it goes to 94K, your relief, sell there as well. Sell. So all those people, they will be saying ha, 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 ha. Look at all the hope and cope out there of this MSCI. You're just coping and all these other things because price moves. So that's what's going to be coming out next. But you got to remember, everybody's got confirmation bias, right? Because, you got a position and then you're positioned for it, right? And that's human nature. Friends, okay, you've got one McDonald's Big Mac burger. Your best friend is starving, but there's also a random soy boy off the streets. Let's say it's a Reddit mod. Who are you going to give the burger to? Obviously your best friend. Yeah, because you're like, oh, who are you? You're just Reddit mod. You're random. And I go, oh, confirmation bias. You're bag biased. You're bag biased, bro. Everybody is just a bunch of people. We're literally just a bunch of monkeys slinging poop at each other on this blue Earth globe that's just floating around in space. That's it, dude. You know what I mean? No one knows. Everybody's trying to grift, okay? That's it. They're all trying to grift us. Let's see if this channel of friendship holds. Don't forget he loves you, friends. Like, subscribe. Catch you in the next one.